It doesn't work like that. Every time you try to reason your way into attraction, you're suffocating the single variable that actually draws women in, which is exactly why she keeps friend-zoning you. You aren't bad at talking. You're terrified of tension. Treating every date like an interview, firing off questions. What do you do for work? What are your hobbies? The whole interaction is a sterile interrogation. You're a walking Wikipedia page, and she's entirely bored. Information doesn't create attraction. Emotion creates attraction. You desperately cling to logic because you're afraid of the raw, unpredictable chaos of sexual tension. You've watched it happen time after time. Going on a date, it seemingly went perfectly. 3 straight hours of conversation, agreement on everything. Then she texts you the next day. She just didn't feel a spark. And you get angry. But I had such a deep conversation. I listened. I was respectful. Right. You were safe, perfectly agreeable. And while you were busy trying to be the smart, reliable option, she went home with a guy who made absolutely zero logical sense. A guy who didn't ask her a single interview question. But he made her feel something undeniable. This is what bad internet advice does to you. Men have been taught that communication is simply exchanging information, that you need a script, you need conversation topics to keep the interaction alive. So you memorize the lines, showing up perfectly prepared, and the second there is a break in the conversation, you panic, rushing to fill the void with another logical, safe, boring question. You assume silence means she's losing interest. The silence is where the attraction is actually built. By constantly talking, you're actively destroying it. You watched a guy do this at a coffee shop yesterday. He was talking to a beautiful girl, explaining something mundane, crypto, or his career trajectory, some logical nonsense. Talking non-stop for 10 straight minutes, explaining his qualifications, desperately trying to prove he was high value. She looked like she wanted to be anywhere else. He thought his intellect was his weapon. In reality, his intellect was just a cowardly defense mechanism, hiding behind his words. He lacked the baseline masculine edge to shut up, look her in the eyes, and hold the tension. Your logic isn't a strength. It's a shield. Using it to protect yourself from vulnerability. You demand a guarantee, trying to negotiate an agreement. But genuine attraction cannot be bargained for. It's biological, not logical. The men who actually get women aren't doing more. They're doing less. They subtract the performance. Never trying to prove anything. They just let the silence sit there, forcing the woman to feel the weight of their attention. That is the silence you're so terrified of. And that is the exact silence you need to learn to weaponize. Here is your micro win, the one thing you'll do today to break this pattern. The next time you're talking to a woman and the conversation naturally pauses, don't fill the empty space. Hold eye contact. Keep your face completely relaxed, and just sit in the silence for 3 full seconds. Watch how the dynamic shifts when you stop desperately trying to keep the conversation alive. You are never being a good communicator, prioritizing your own emotional safety over taking the risk of rejection. Playing it safe because you were afraid she wouldn't like the raw, unfiltered version of you. And the ironic part? By playing it safe, you guaranteed your own failure. You became the nice, smart friend, the background character, the guy she texts when she's bored, but never the guy she desires. It's time to drop the performance, brother. Attraction isn't reasoned, it's felt. Stop negotiating, stop over-explaining, and start occupying the space. If you're ready to stop analyzing your life and start living it, hit the subscribe button. Welcome to the Brotherhood.